guys, how's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen. We got another week of meal prep here. Lots of exciting recipes lined up. Grab your prep list, grab your groceries, grab your kitchen tools. If you need a prep list, look in the description for the video and you're going to find a couple options there for finding your prep list so that you'll be all ready to go with us. And you will find 3 varying levels of prep for this depending on your level of motivation. Even if you just got level 1 in you, you're going to be so happy that you put that work in this week. It's totally going to pay off. So what is on the menu this week? Let's see, we got Asian Chicken Ramen Skillet, one of my favorites, love that one. Sheet Pan Fajitas, slow cooker beef stew, Italian Paninis, and finishing off with apple and bacon crunch pizza. Sound good? All right, I'm pumped. You pumped? Let's go. Okay, let's get started, shall we? And we're actually I usually start with level 3, but not today, my friends. Not today. We're switching things up and we're starting with level 1. I know, wild, eh? So I'm gonna start off by slicing 4 peppers. I'm gonna grab a couple pockets here for my prep board. So I'm gonna chop up and slice 4 peppers. When I am getting my peppers ready to slice, aka, gutting them, I like to cut along the little lines at the bottom and then just peel the rest of this away. Removes a minimal amount of the pepper. Pretty quick though. Okay, so go. Now, I'm going to be using a quick slice to slice mine up. If you are using a knife, you can slice these as you're going along. Quick slice is kind of a tool that makes slicing a bunch of peppers a little easier. It's like the little tasks that don't add up to much, generally speaking. And then if you're doing, say, 4 peppers instead of 1 pepper, all of a sudden the slicing takes a little bit longer, a little more precision. So there are tools for that, and I am a kitchen tool fanatic. I love them. I love them all. Well, not all of them, but I love a lot of them. I love anything that saves me time. I love anything that saves me energy. Because there's just not enough of that to go around. I don't meet many people who are like, dude, I have all the time in the world. That sounds weird. Like, I've never met people. If people are like, I'm busy, but nobody's ever like, dude, I got all the time in the world. Just give it to me. So this is my quick slice, which is aptly named because it slices things quickly. And there we go. So it's all slices made in the same width. Just makes it super quick to prep a whole bunch of these all at the same time. Like if you ever see one of those massive boxes of peppers around harvest season, you can just scoop up a box of those. Like, I know I've seen them, there like a whole bunch of pounds of them. And then you can just put it through this and freeze these in strips. And then they're ready to use for a ridiculously long time, which is nice. You can also use this for like, mushrooms, like things like that. You cannot use it for onions. Onions are a little too hard. They're not gonna work. And then it's so easy to clean after because you just throw it in the dishwasher. I love anything that goes in the dishwasher. If it saves you like time to do, but then you gotta wash it by hand after. I'm kind of like, well, why bother? Because that's just effort put into other places rather than, you know, time saved. But times like that is a time saver, my friends. Love it. So, 4 peppers, all sliced up. First in my little pockets, ready to go. Next, we're gonna floor out some broccoli. If you do not like broccoli, if your family does not like broccoli, do not bother with the broccoli. If you know nobody's gonna eat it, don't go buy something just to throw it away. Look at it and see what else you could substitute it with. Like this recipe, this one's for the Asian Chicken Ramen Skillet. You could very easily put green beans in there instead. If you want to save yourself a little energy, you could use frozen veggies. You don't have to use fresh. There's always workarounds. And my main goal with this is to give you a base. It's to give you somewhere to start with so that you're not coming home trying to think of what to make at 4:30 in the evening. And it's funny how removing overwhelm in just a tiny little pocket of your week can have such far-reaching effects. It can make your dinner more enjoyable, can make your family life more enjoyable, can make your family funner to live with, can make you funner to live with. All of these things. It's the power of meal planning and meal prep. We're doing all the good things. Okay. And it can be swapping out another veggie, even if it doesn't have to be something that you don't like. It could be maybe you have leftover something in your crisper and you don't want it to go bad. That's a great reason to substitute some of the vegetables as well. And you may notice in your meal plan that all of the ingredients on the grocery list are all color-coded, and they're color-coded to go in the color of the rainbow. So if you see red, it's gonna be Monday. If you see blue, it's gonna be Friday. And you can plan accordingly that way if you need to switch anything up. Okay, there we go. Broccoli. Makes me think of the VeggieTales song, you know? Maybe you don't know. The broccoli, celery, gotta be VeggieTales. Okay, that's gonna be going through my head for a little bit now. There we go. On to the next, shall we? We're going to empty out my compost bin because it's full. Mission accomplished and ready to refill. We're going to wedge 1 red onion. Is there anything more stubborn in the world than red onion skin? It is like my nemesis. Like, if you know any tricks for the outer skin on a red onion, let me know and I will forever be grateful. It'll be like good karma for you for life, and I will pass this trick along to anybody willing to listen to it. Okay. Oh my goodness, somebody's gonna come up with a trick for this. Do you know one? I'm like, can I shave it? No, no you can't. Oh. Okay. You know what? I'm just at the point that I might just eat this onion peel. Oh, here we go. It just had to break my spirits. That's all it wanted to do. It just wanted to break my spirits first, and then it would agree to comply. I don't want to say that red onion was a bit of a terrorist, but it might have been. Okay. I'm going to get a divider for this one because next I'm going to go round 2 with my loathed opponent, the red onion, and I'm going to thinly slice another one. Caitlin versus red onion. Take 2. Okay, this is the ugliest red onion I've ever seen in my life. Don't want to judge a book by its cover, but judging. Yeah, I can tell you whatever was going on with that half of it. I wanted nothing to do with it. It's actually gonna make a very flat surface for me to cut with though, so I'm gonna call that a win. There we go. So we're gonna thinly slice this half of it. Before I start crying. So just continue to cut down until it's close enough that you decide it is no longer worth the risk to your fingers. For reasons like this, it is good to always have a very, very sharp knife when you are doing prep. If you don't have a prep knife that is very, very, very sharp, get yourself a prep knife that is very, very, very sharp. It gives you precision, it gives you control. There's less chance of something, you know, slipping and accidentally hurting yourself. Red onion right there. Perfect. Another little container good to go. Getting all the prep done. Like, I cannot overstate just how good it feels when you open your fridge and you just see things that are already prepared. It's not you're not starting from square one any night. You're starting from like square 5 out of 10 or square 6 out of 10 instead, right? And I don't know about you, but it makes all the difference in the world to my spirit, not starting from square one every night at supper time. Next we're gonna chop an onion, some celery, and some garlic, and we're gonna mix it all together. So I'm just going to mix it all together in this little food processor here. My little food processor, it is called an electric twist and chop is what it is called. And it's got this rotating blade. The blade moves up and down instead of going stationary. So it just makes it way more efficient. And it processes it very evenly. It makes more difference than I ever would have thought that it would. But it's great for prep like this, or for making yourself, I don't know, dips. Like we make a fresh mango salsa with it and make it literally all the time because it takes under 5 minutes to make myself a nice batch of fresh mango salsa. It's healthy, it just has veggies in it. I think it might all fit in there. I'm gonna give it a try. I should probably put it through in 2 batches, but I'm feeling experimental. Whew, feeling like crying. So, onion, celery, garlic, chop them all up. Should I mention the fill line is like right there? Sometimes I feel like I don't give these like toys a chance to even do their thing. Yeah, that looks good. It did well. So ignore the max fill line and just go up from there. Because what's it gonna hurt? Your pride. Okay. Go. You can chop that as fine or as not fine as you're feeling like. And now this is just going to go right in the dishwasher. Ooh, I'm going to move it over there so I don't cry anymore. The tears are real. So that is all geared up for part of our stew for this week. Next, that's it. Actually, for level 1, if you were just doing level 1, you did it. You did the thing. You got it done. Good on you. You're going to feel so good about that all week long. You really, really are. If you're still with me, let's go on to level 2, shall we? Prepping more veggies for the stew. I'm going to prep potatoes and carrots. So gonna cube up a pound and a half of potatoes. That's gonna be like 3 or 4 potatoes, depending on the size of them. I'm gonna chop these up and then I'm gonna store them in water for a few days. For a few days, they're going to be fine, just stored in water. I'm gonna store the carrot and the potato together. And then when it comes day of, it's gonna be really easy. Yeah, and if you want to peel your potatoes, you can peel your potatoes. I don't want to. I don't want to, and I never feel like you need to. There's actually more nutrients just below the skin on a potato than there is in any other part of it. Chopping some of my own hair there. Don't want that to be a secret ingredient in there. Yeah, so I figured not peeling my potato, it saves me effort and it gives the family more nutrients. So that's kind of a win-win. All my potatoes are chopped. Now I'm gonna work on some of these carrots. Now, I don't know if you're really gonna peel carrots either, but I'm going to. I don't know why, I just find skin on a carrot, unless it's like really, really new carrots, I find the skin on a carrot to be less desirable. I don't know why. Can't tell you why. I don't know if there's better nutrients just under the skin or not. Maybe if I look it up, maybe it would convince me to leave it on them too. And I'm gonna think of that, and I'm gonna look it up sometime when it comes to mine next. Probably next time I'm peeling carrots. So I'm gonna do like 6 medium carrots is what it calls for. You could use 4 to 6 carrots, I'd say. Especially if you have like really, you know, kind of massive carrots, then lean more towards 4 or 5. I will say that carrots is one of the vegetables that my kids will actually eat though. So if there's too many of those in my house, it's actually not a bad thing. Wee little tiny carrot. I was gonna use just like the 4 bigger ones, and then saw this little guy and thought, you know what, it needs to get used. Just gonna cut off the ugly ends. Here we go. Maybe you can cut up more carrots at a time than I am. I find my magic number is like 2. That's my magic number for carrots side by side, 2. Any more than that and I feel like I'm juggling. It's kind of like my magic number for juggling balls, also 2, which I know doesn't count as juggling, but that is my magic number. Also, I can't juggle. I've got nothing but Christmas songs going through my head right now. Well, okay, Christmas songs, of course, Veggie Tales, and for some reason today it's been my milkshake. I don't know why that one, but mostly Christmas songs. It's like literally my favorite time of the year. There we go. So I have carrots, I have potatoes there. I'm gonna throw some water in this, and then that is going to store up just fine. Here we go. Well, that's filling up with water. How you guys doing? I'm laying this down because I don't want to get a bunch of other stuff on my board. This is a flexible prep mat. Just because I don't eat cheese, my family eats cheese. I don't want cheese to end up on anything else that I'm doing. And this leads us to what we're doing next, which is grating some cheese for our pizza. veggies, they have water. My bowl has a lid. Gonna throw that lid on there, and that's gonna be good in there for a couple days. And then when I'm ready to go with the stew that morning, I'm just gonna be able to take it and dump it, and it's gonna be good to go. Because that is the kind of prep that I enjoy. So 1.5 cups of cheese. If you know that your family likes it really cheesy, you could go cheesier. And you could save yourself time. You could get pre-grated cheese if you wanted to. It's usually more ingredients. More ingredients is not a good thing. Generally speaking, as a rule of thumb for ingredients, the longer the list, the less likely you are to actually want those ingredients in your body. Here we go, cheese, ready for the pizza. But grating it just takes a minute, and while we're already doing things, it's like, might as well. You get better bang for your buck, value-wise, and usually it's going to taste better too. So you're just winning all the way if you're doing that. Now, if you were just here for level 1 and level 2, congratulations, you have done it. You have achieved level 2. You are good to go, my friend, and you just saved yourself so much time this week. You did awesome. If you're still with me, then let's move on to level 3, where we're gonna do the nasty stuff. That sounded like way more interesting than it is. By the nasty stuff, I mean that we're going to get our meat ready. I really don't like playing with raw meat. It is not my thing, but if I can do it today and have that out of the way, all the better. I'm going to cube my beef for the stew. I have stew beef here. I don't know about you, but I find a lot of the time, and you could use a different beef if you wanted to. Use a cut that's on sale, like whatever. I do find that a lot of the time the pieces are bigger than I would like them to be, and sometimes they have really gristly, nasty bits too. So I'm just going through the stew beef now, making it a little smaller, a little more palatable for our needs, and cutting off any pieces of gristly, yucky stuff that I don't actually want to eat ever. So I am cutting, just as a rule of thumb, I like to cut the beef first, because sometimes, depending on a recipe, you might not be cooking your beef quite as well done as you are cooking your chicken. I just never want to accidentally mess it up. So if I keep it as an order in my head, it's like, oh, well, you cut beef before you cut chicken, then it's okay. Now, it's gonna be a few days before I'm actually using the beef, so I am gonna pop mine just in the freezer. I'm gonna pop it in the freezer, and then if for some reason I'm delayed by a day making my slow cooker meal, or maybe I decide to make it later in the week instead and swap it out, that way I'm not wasting any of it. I can just take the beef out of the freezer the day before that I'm gonna use it and let it thaw a little bit. Doesn't even have to thaw the whole way, but I'm gonna let it thaw a little bit before it goes into the slow cooker. But doesn't mean I can't have it prepped now. because I want this to be ready to just literally dump it and press start and go about my day. Because that's how it should be with the slow cooker, right? You can hear my dog just snoring over on her dog bed. So relaxed. Okay. The beef is done. So I'm putting it just in a reusable silicone bag. I like these silicone bags. They're leak proof. They go in the freezer. You can write on them with a dry erase marker, and they also just clean up in the dishwasher. So super, super, super handy. I am going to try to make it for easier defrost just by making it, storing it flatter. So a little easier than trying to defrost like, you know, a whole round ice cube. Yeah, better than trying to do a large round ice cube. I'm sticking with it, I'm going with it. Next, we're gonna butterfly. I'm gonna butterfly a couple chicken breasts. These are gonna be for our paninis later on in the week. So again, I'm gonna butterfly these and then I'm gonna put them in a silicone bag just to freeze them. You can also buy your chicken already butterflied. However, like cut in half, you know, that way. However, when you do buy your chicken that way, you pay a premium on it. So rather than pay a premium, I would much rather just cut it in half myself. But I also don't want to cut off my hands. So I got this tool here, in case you know, gadget clean. And it's called a close and cut. It's spring loaded, so that it will divide something like chicken right in two. And I'm just gonna lay them there in the freezer bag. I'm gonna do one more of these, and then these are gonna be for my sandwiches. I'll be able to take that bag, freeze it. I'll take it out of the freezer just on, I'll take it out Tuesday at supper time, just to put in the fridge and let it thaw out for the next evening so that it's ready to go. Lovely, we got chicken there. Now I am going to cube a couple chicken breasts. Because you know what, I'm gonna be doing this anyway. Might as well just do it all now. Save that time, whatever you can find. And you will find more things that you can prep in advance when you are looking through your meal plan, and do those now as well. Honestly, look through your meal plan. Like I could have prepped my pizza crust, the dry mix for it right now if I had wanted to. You could go look in your fridge and see if you have anything that has to be used up this week. If you got veggies that need to be used up, we've got a slow cooker stew going on, folks. That's a great one to use up. Leftover veggies. And when you look at the stuff that's in your fridge right now that has to be used up, think if you can incorporate it into a side dish this week. How are you going to use it for lunches? And if you can't think of any way you're going to use it, I would invite you to right now just take this time and process it if it's a veggie. If it's leftovers that you have, you know what? Portion them out, put them in the freezer so that you can use them later. Whatever you do, mark a date on it so that you're gonna actually, you know, use it. Process those veggies now and put them in the freezer, and when you need them, they're gonna be there. It's no different than buying than buying frozen veggies, right? Like for steamed veggies or something on the side, those are so useful to have sometimes, especially those nights that you have no energy. So make your own bag of frozen veggies. If you're not sure if it'll save or not sure what to do with it, Google it. Google's awesome. Because somebody has had the same question at some point in time. Somebody has had the same question of you of, how can I use this before it goes bad? And the time to do this is now, while we're in the groove, while we're already, you know, made a mess out of our kitchen. Okay. 2 cubed chicken breasts. Good to go. Now, the last one that I'm going to do for prepping meat is I'm going to slice up 3 chicken breasts. See how much nastiness this is saving you for later in the week though? Unless for some reason you like playing with raw meat, then I'm not judging, but I'm judging. Man, that was snobby, I'm sorry. No, I just thought about you playing with raw meat again, and no, it wasn't snobby. I'm sticking with it. Judgment all the way. That was like the weirdest little bit of chicken I think I've ever touched in my whole life. You can slice this as thin as you feel like. It's going to be for fajitas. Which I'm excited about. I mean, I'm pretty much always excited about the week. That's a nice thing about meal planning though. Like you can find the recipes that excite you and then you make those. So that's always lovely. For some reason, it's always harder to sit down and actually do it. And I hope that at least having a bit of a plan makes it easier. One more boob and we're done. I feel like there should be like triumphant music playing whenever I finish doing my meal prep. Almost there. Beautiful. And there it is, folks. 3 chicken breasts. All sliced up and ready to go. We've got lots of stuff to go in the fridge, some stuff to go in the freezer. Got lots prepared, you guys. I hope this leaves you feeling way more ahead of the game this week. Ready to face whatever is coming your way. Hope you enjoy the I hope you enjoy the menu, and I will see you next week. Thanks so much.